Good afternoon, fellows of the league. I'm coming to you early today because I woke up feeling horribly sick. Went to urgent care. They couldn't figure out what was wrong, but I'm taking a sick day. Working from home, which means on my lunch break I get to make this video. And it probably means I'm going to make two videos today. I'm going to make a true recap video, which is this one, and then I'm going to make a true Week 14 playoff prediction video today, and then my official Week 14 matchup predictions on Thursday. So we'll get into this. These are the current standings. I'll go over them more in the video later, but basically we have 5 teams locked in the playoffs. I'm locked into the 1 seed, and Rag and Pushan are eliminated. I think Scott and Makozy each have a 1% chance to make the playoffs, and I think Pushan is officially our loser, so congrats on that, Pushan. Let's get into some matchups. All right, get this out of the way. The big matchup of the week. This was basically for the 1 seed. I take down Clay. Back-to-back weeks, beat Cal and Clay, making myself feel okay for the playoffs. I've beaten Clay twice this year by a combined total of 12. So me and Clay have had some fantastic matchups. But yeah, this one was just a tale of the 2 quarterbacks are awesome. Josh Allen looked like an MVP. I don't want to hear any more Bo Nix Rookie of the Year after that performance Jane just put on against statistically the second best defense in the league. Look it up. My wide receivers saved me. I sneaky have wide receiver 4 and 5. I think Terry's 3rd in yards this year, and he's the 4th best fantasy wide receiver behind Jamar Amon-Ra Jettas. He's always been that guy. Yeah, Clay got fucked by a bad Calvin Ridley game. Calvin Ridley's been putting up 15 plus. That would have been enough to do it. But I did beat him without a flex. Basically, Dobbins is on the IR. His fantasy season's over. So I'm going to be going in this playoff with Breece Hall, who's hobbled, and no Dobbins, which means basically no flex. A little bit nervous, but my boys are ready. Clay is still probably looking like the second best team in the league, maybe 3rd behind Cal, but in a real good spot. All right, another prediction I got right. Makozy takes down Pushan in a surprisingly high-scoring matchup. Makozy solidifies not being the loser. Pushan solidifies being the loser. Pushan's team is one of the most dog shit teams I've ever seen. He wasted a 26 bomb from Njoku yesterday. He's still starting Devin Singletary and Ramondre Stevenson, who are mega ass. The trade me and Makozy made ended up helping me a ton and just kind of be neutral for Makozy because Cook had the exact same amount of points as Saquon this week, and Makozy wasn't really making the offs anyway. He was just trying to avoid last, so worked out better for me, obviously, but hey, you didn't lose the league. But yeah, this matchup, Makozy pulled out all the stops when he needed to. Well done. Pushan, you suck. This was one of the fun matchups. We had 4 matchups that were within 5 points or something like that. This was another one. Yeah, we had 4 matchups within 5 points. Yeah, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, great week. But yeah, Hayden, Bowers has been, or not Hayden, Brett for Bowers has been awesome. Just a 30-piece on Black Friday was awesome. Him and Josh Jacobs have been carrying this team. Brett kind of, his play all the Bengals players kind of worked, but Hayden's special teams and defense outscored his by 23, and Brett's flex got 0. Hayden's flex DJ Moore got 23.7. So that was just kind of the big advantage. Hayden is looking okay for a playoff spot now, I think, but I'll go over that the next video. And Brett's close to eliminated. Tough scene. Brett's team's ass, has always been. Good trade, though. Getting Chase Brown was pretty good. I respect it. Wow, this is one of the other games that was within 5. What a tragic way for Briggs' season to basically come to an end. Bucky Irving, Tyrone Tracy are good, but Briggs left a 21 bomb from Rico Dowdle, a 12.5 from Nick Chubb, and 18 from Mark Andrews on his bench. That would have been enough if he would have swapped in just Mark Andrews. That sucks. Cal's team is still looking good. I mean, his depth is kind of gone. He has Jordan Addison on his bench, which is a fine flex option if he needs to. Actually, Nick Westbrook-Ikine has been fire, so maybe he gets plugged in if CeeDee Lamb keeps laying eggs. But we'll see. I think Cal's the second or third best team in the league. Maybe with all my injuries, him and Clay are kind of right with me. But I think there's a clear top 3 teams in the league, maybe top 4 with Rob. But yeah, we'll get into that. Tough loss for Briggs. Cal, more black magic. He is the Chiefs of our league. Hopefully he loses this year. This was not a close matchup. Sutton laid it on Scott. Scott, historically bad week. Probably one of the lower we had all season. I do respect Scott as a lowest score. Waking up, took a nice shot of Fireball in full uniform. That was fire. That was awesome. Ignite the morning. Love it. Honestly, Sutton is still the big loser in this matchup because Christian McCaffrey is out for the season and Taysom Hill's out for the season. So Sutton probably will make the playoffs. I think he has one of the better shots at making the playoffs. But without McCaffrey and without the random pop-off of Taysom Hill, he's not doing much. So this matchup ended up being pretty meaningless. Scott's not going to be the loser. Sutton, if he makes the playoffs, will be hobbled and basically just relying on Kyler and Trey McBride. So, tough scene. Oh, talk about a brutal way for your season to end. Rag officially gets eliminated from the playoffs, but will not be our loser. I think he needed like 18 from the Denver defense or something. They came out, had 3 interceptions, including 2 pick-six, and it wasn't enough because Jameis still dropped 32 on them. So Denver's defense got 13. Rag came up a little short. Rag's team was not great all year. I even donated him Montgomery, and he was still horrible. Garrett Wilson has been such a disappointment. He missed out on Mike Evans for a while. Yeah, just bad. Ish, on the other hand, is limping into the playoffs. Just Derrick Henry hasn't looked great. James Conner hasn't found the end zone in a while. Zay Flowers, Hopkins is okay. Kittle had a bad game, which is probably going to get worse as this Niner team probably gives up. And Jalen Hurts is getting all his touches and good fantasy points stolen by Saquon. So, Rag, your team sucks. Ish, I would be very nervous about a potential first-round matchup in the playoff against Rob, but we'll get into that next video. And the final matchup, heartbreak for Kyle Mashel. I will go through the playoff scenarios later, but Mace really needed this win, and he was the second highest scorer this week, and he got blown out. Rob's team just absolutely fucked Kyle. A nice 25-piece from 2 on Thanksgiving. Joe Mixon had a great game. Ladd had, I think the Chargers had like 150 yards of offense, and Ladd was 117 of that. It's crazy. And then Jerry Jeudy last night in his Denver revenge game was absurd. He was catching everything. Jameis was throwing it to Jerry Jeudy or the Broncos defense. There was no other people involved. It was awesome. Jameis rocks. Mace. Good roster. Devontae touchdown. Goddard touchdown was big. Courtland Sutton had a good day. Debo's a bad option. He's out of all your people, he's probably getting flexed out in your next matchup. Keeping B-Rob in, keeping Jonathan Taylor in, and putting Najee in. Just tough scene for Mace. Still has a chance to make the playoffs, though. So, yeah, here are my predictions on the week. Killed it. Crushed it. Beautiful. Love it. The only one I got wrong, I thought Briggs was going to take down Cal, and goddamn it, he almost had it. 6-1 on the week's not bad. But, yeah, I'm going to put this video out and then go do all my work for the day, and then hopefully later Brett's going to give me a little rundown of the playoffs, and we're going to talk waiver wire and playoff matchups potentially and what everyone needs to do going into week 14. Trade deadline is Thursday, by the way, if anyone has any last-second trades. Just as a reminder, eliminated teams, you're not allowed to just give people away, basically, so just keep that in mind. I'll see you guys later. Impressive week from the Commish. Locked up number 1 seed. And I went 6-1 of my picks. Too bad I am sick now. Fuck me. For every high, there must be a low.